What's going on, you guys? It's your girl, Amber Lachey, and welcome back to the Leo Lounge. It's been a minute. It's always been a minute every time. I'm like, it's been a minute. Well, welcome back. Last episode, I had my good friend Tori on, and I kind of skipped over a lot of things. You know, it wasn't really the episode to tell you guys about what's been going on in my life lately, and so I figured I'd come back on and yeah, let's talk about it. Let's do the thing. So my daughter, I am a mother. I am a whole mother now. I am a single parent. I am a only parent. So yeah, that happened. I met the baby dad on a dating app on, what was the dating app? I can't even remember what that dating app is called at this point. It's the one and only time I will never say never, but yeah, I just don't foresee myself doing it again, but I'm just going to never say never, because when you say never, that's when shit be happening. But we met on a dating app. Oh, Bumble. That's what it was. Bumble. How could I forget? Met on a dating app, thought we were, on the same page, and I'm not on here to talk bad about the baby dad, but he's just not in our lives. We'll just say that. I am an only parent. Yeah. Anyways, because it's not about him. It's about me and my daughter. My daughter is almost 1. Next month, she will be 1. And it went by extremely fast, you guys. Like, I don't know if it's because, I am an only parent. So then I'm working and just, it seems like the days are just constantly just like going like this. Like, I wake up, get her ready, get myself ready, go to work, come back, nighttime routine, repeat. Like, it just seems like it's just literally going like this right now. And she's just growing and developing so quickly. And she is her personality, first of all, the girl is sassy already. She was sassy. She was born sassy. Okay. She's a fellow Leo like me, Leo gang, See, I knew this is the Leo lounge for real. This is, it's in my household. It's going to be a Leo lounge because I'm a Leo. She's a Leo. And I wouldn't be surprised if I end up with a Leo. I really wouldn't. Just saying. And it's just that fire energy, that fire energy. That just made me lose my train of thought. Not going to lie. So besides me having a daughter, I have had a lot of moments where I have questioned myself. Let's talk about that. I feel like when you are, and I don't like to use these words because I know like woken or going through a spiritual journey. If you know, you know. But I feel like when you wake up and you can't unsee things and you can't go back to your old ways, you sometimes get in these weird like moments in time where you're not quite who you used to be and you kind of mourn yourself, but then you're also not quite yet where you want to be and who you want to be, but you can feel them developing. You can feel like you could kind of see where it's going, but it hasn't really got there yet. And so I've just been having like lots of moments where like, yeah, I would have made this decision over here normally, but no, I'm choosing to go in the opposite direction. Or like, I might say yes to something 1 minute, and I'm like, no, that doesn't align with me anymore. I'm sorry. I might have to backtrack. I might have to cancel my plans. I might have to not go to that. I might have to, because either it just doesn't feel right. Something doesn't feel good. Something's not, if it's not reaching for my soul, if it's not reaching for me, I'm just kind of just like, nah, it's not for me anymore. I'm not in that space anymore, And I'm okay with that. It is such a beautiful place to be, where you recognize yourself and your growth, and where, like, that's what I would do. Yeah. In the past, that's exactly what I would do. That's how I would react. That's what I would say. That's, I would do those things. I would, and now it's just like, no. And it feels really good. It feels really, really good. And just having moments of gratitude, lots of moments of gratitude, honestly. I don't think that Rusty would be good. Really, YouTube? Now I gotta mute you because I thought you wasn't gonna. Just these moments of gratitude, and just being very just grateful for the universe waking me up one day and saying enough is enough. I mourn my old life. I do. I'm not going to sit up here and say I don't. I'm not going to sit up here and act like, but in those moments, I learn something about myself. I discover something about myself. I realize what it is I was lacking in those moments. And then I realize, okay, well, this is why I had to go a different direction, because I am yearning for something more. And I've been pouring so much back into myself. It has been such a destructive journey. Beautifully destructive is how I would explain it, because it's like everything's tearing apart. Everything feels like it's falling apart. Everything feels like it's just, I'm being ripped left and right, shredded to pieces. But slowly but surely, those pieces are coming back together. I'm finding myself again. I'm finding my voice. I'm finding my creativeness again. I'm getting that fire, that spark that I once had, that was big. It was big at some point, and I didn't realize over time it just dwindled down and dwindled down and dwindled down until it was nothing. And then, having to refine myself, it's bringing back so much fire, passion. You guys can't see this, but over by my door, it's so crazy. A couple weekends ago, I decided to finally put up some of my artwork, and I have so much more I want to put up still. I have a lot of artwork. And as I'm digging through my artwork in my storage and in my closets, I'm just like, wow, I created this. What the heck? Why have I have downplayed myself for so long, and it's just like, wow, I've created so much beautiful artwork, and most of it has meaning behind it. Most of it, there was something I was going through, or something was going on in society, and I created it. And there's stories behind these paintings behind me. But anyways, so I have these 3 small paintings over by the front door, and there's 3, and one says spark, another one says fire, and the other one says passion. So spark, fire, and passion. And I feel like taking those out of my closet and putting those up, it was the perfect time for when I needed to see that, and to realize that, wow, I created that years ago for this moment right now. And I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. That was created, I don't know how many years ago, probably 5, 6 years ago, maybe a little bit more. And it is just now like being like, it's time now. That is why I created that, because I got that spark. That fire is just burning. It's burning now, and I have so much passion to be creative, to do the things that I love to do, whether that's writing, whether that's reading, whether that's drawing, whether that's painting, whether that's speaking. What it's there's so many things in this group of the creative world. And I realize why I love it so much is because I'm not in a box. I don't want to be put in a box. And why did it take me so fucking long to realize that I don't fit in a box anyway? I don't. I never have. I never will. Don't label me. Don't put I am so fluid when it comes to my creativeness, when it comes to my gender, when it comes to my style, when it comes to my thoughts, when it comes to I'm just so fluid in general with my emotions, with my actions, I just can't be put in a box, and I don't want to be, and that is okay. And it took me almost 35 years to realize that it's okay. It is okay to not be like, oh, I am such and such, and just put this label on me. I know at the end of the day, we all put some sort of labels on each other, and that's fine. But I just mean as far as even when it comes to career. And I talked to my friend about this, and I didn't think that I could put this as my title. Since I don't do this every day, I don't wake up every day, and I don't get to be creative and get to get on here and talk and get to do these things every day. I thought that I couldn't put that down as that's my job or that's my career. Whereas, yes, I can. Yes, I can. And yes, I will. You know what I mean? Hi, I'm Amber. I work in aerospace and I'm a creative. How hard is it to just, I can be two things. I could be two things two things can coexist. And I know that sounds so simple, but when you start applying that to everyday life, because I know some people say, oh, it's either black or white. No, two things can coexist at the same time. I can let somebody go and still love them. I can heal and still feel sad. I could love you from afar. We don't even got to talk. Doesn't mean I don't love you. Doesn't mean I don't care about you. Doesn't mean I don't wish you well. Want you to be happy. Two things can coexist at the same time. And it's so crazy because just talking like this, the bones is cracking. When just something just feels right in life with people, things that you do, things that you want. When things just feel right, that's how you know that's where you're supposed to be. And when they don't, that tells you you're not supposed to be there or whatever. Job, career, relationship, friendship, family, it doesn't matter. Apply it in all areas. If it doesn't feel right, then it's probably not. It's probably not. Timing. Timing is so interesting. Timing is so interesting. When you sit and ponder about time, and you have astrophysicists that talk about how time doesn't exist. I kind of get it, because time literally speeds up and slows down depending on what you're doing, what your focus is, your stress levels, all kinds of things playing a factor about time. But when you just think about the timing of anything, I feel like, how do I say this without trying to say something without saying it fully? It's kind of hard not to do that without just flat out just saying it. But I like to, but I gotta spare some people. So, let's just say, how when you meet somebody and then they say it's the right person but the wrong time, is that really true? Because if it was the right person, how can there ever be a wrong time? You know what I mean? I never understood that saying. Right person, wrong time. I need to readjust myself. Hold on. I'm not as comfortable as I would like to be. Right person, wrong time. That one bothers me. More than it should. Right person, wrong time. And then the more I repeat it, it just pisses me off, because I'm just like, how the fuck does that make sense? How can this be the right person, but it's the wrong timing? Fucking bullshit. Anyways. I can't get too far into that. What else was I going to talk about? I thought I originally was going to go more into my motherhood stuff, but you know what? Matter of fact, yeah, let's do it. So I became a single mom at 3 months postpartum. Okay. 3 months postpartum. So we ended up having to have a emergency. Well, I ended up having to have an emergency C-section because my amniotic fluid was so low. Also, at the time, I believe I was having problems with my gallbladder, but I did not realize that I was. So, I was having pain, but I just thought it was, regular pregnancy pain. I don't know. Never been pregnant before, so I wouldn't know. Um, and then, so basically had the emergency C-section, yada, yada. My mom was in there with me. Baby girl was a preemie, and she weighed under 6 pounds, and then, she lost some weight. So we had to fatten her up. She had a little bit of jaundice, so she had to get some sunshine. Other than that, she was good. So yeah, those were like the two things with her. Me, on the other hand, I was battling for my health for a good, man, let's see, she was born in August, September, October, November, for a good 4 months postpartum. And I would say even maybe a little after that. So yeah, so I had the surgery. Surgery went fine. I thought I was good. I went home, and then literally that same week, I think it was like a couple days later, I swelled up like a balloon. My legs, my ankles were the size of my calves, and my calves are huge. So I was so swollen. Like, it was my feet, my calves, my ankles, my hands, not so much my face, but it was so painful to walk. It was painful. I couldn't wear any shoes. I couldn't fit anything. So that was going on. Baby girl wouldn't latch, so I never got to breastfeed. So I was pumping, couldn't get the swelling to go down, in a lot of pain, in and out of the hospital again. Like before I had the emergency C-section and I took off work sooner, I was in and out of the hospital. And I don't, you know what, at this point, I can't even remember how long it took me for the swelling to go down, but I feel like it took forever. And then once the swelling went down, I was having pain when I would eat something, and then I was having pain in my upper right quadrant of my stomach. And, I'm just thinking, things are just trying to go back to normal. Like my organs and everything are shifting back. I was thinking like, okay, this is still, once again, just pregnancy and postpartum stuff. I don't know. I've never been through this. And then I do remember them asking me, but they didn't tell me why. They were asking me, are you having pain in your upper, right? And I'd be like, no, because at the times they would ask me, I wasn't. So I'd just be like, no, I'm not. And then eventually, so my mom was helping me quite a bit in the beginning because baby dad was working, supposedly. Anyways, and so I would go over to my mom's and stay over there sometimes, like for a few days, or so I think sometimes I was even over there for like a week. That's where I was getting my help. And then eventually she did come here too. Everything's jumbled, so my timeline, I mean, might be a little off, but and then so one of the times I was at my mom's, I ate pizza, and that pizza was so good. Oh, that pizza was so good. But then immediately I felt weird. And I was like, okay, maybe it was just too greasy. I mean, and yes, it was definitely, that was the cause, but I didn't know what was going on. I was in so much pain, and I have a high tolerance of pain. I was in pain. I thought I was going to die. I legit thought I was going to die. And my mom was like, do I need to call 911? And I was like, yeah. yes, yeah, I'm dying. I am dying. Like, I don't mean to laugh, but like, I thought I was dying. And then, so the medics came, and since I was all the way in a different city, they were like, well, you have to go back to where you had your baby, because this is technically still considered postpartum care, or prenatal care, because it was not that long after. I think you get post prenatal care up until 8 weeks postpartum, I believe, is what it is. It's either 6 to 8 weeks. And so I was like either right in that window where it was like, they could have said yes or no, basically. So yeah, they drove me all the way back, and they did. They got me in prenatal care. Come to find out, I had freaking gallstones. So I don't know how many of y'all have had gallstones before, but them shits ain't nothing to play with. Them shits is painful. Like, painful. Like, worse than getting a tattoo painful, in my opinion. Not me being nosy. So okay, anywho's, so yeah, found out I have gallstones, and they're like, yeah, you need to have your gallbladder removed. What? Mm-hmm. Yes, it is so inflamed. It's gonna happen again, so we just need to remove it. I just had a surgery. I just had a C-section. They're like, oh yeah, so maybe we should wait a month. Because they were like, it would have probably have been scheduled sometime that week, if not that same night. That's how bad it was. But the doctor told me, okay, you're gonna have to literally not eat. They didn't say it like that, but they were like, no fried food, no oils, no this, no that, no that. Long list of things I couldn't eat. So you know what I ate? I had broth. For a whole month, I had pho, pretty much chicken pho, or just broth by itself, plain rice, and like boiled chicken. And that was like all I had on rotation. And most times I really wasn't. I lost from postpartum, and I obviously looked pregnant, not saying I didn't look big and pregnant, but like on the scale number wise, I did not gain as much as I thought I would have when I was pregnant. So postpartum, I lost, after having the baby and then not eating, I lost like 35, I think it was like 35 pounds, if not close to that. And that's a lot of weight to drop that quickly within a month. Excuse me. I have a video that I think I posted on my Instagram. And if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, you should. Amber_Lasche. That's LASCHE. Anyways, I'm pretty sure there's a video on my Instagram, and I'm talking and I'm eating like a salad, I think, or eating like tomatoes and like something. And you can just see, if you know me, if you didn't know and see me before, you wouldn't probably know any difference. But if you know me, I looked sick. I was small for me. Smallest I've been in a long, long time. Like even like postpartum, I was small. I got smaller than previous pregnancy. So before being pregnant, I was smaller than before I was pregnant. Smaller than I've been in years. And I just like, even looking back at it sometimes makes me cry because I looked so sick and frail and fragile, and my voice was just it didn't even sound like me. It was honestly, it was really scary times. I didn't think I was going to get better. It just felt like one thing after another was happening to me. My health was just rocky for a while. And then on top of that, the baby dad, disappointment with what happened with that. Luckily, I found out things earlier on than later. It would have been more of a headache later on, but still in the midst of it, being a new mom, never thinking I was going to have kids. And then for someone to come into my life that didn't need to, lies and all sorts of things that was unnecessary, could have left me alone. And then finding that out in the midst of me being very unhealthy, not, that shit rocked me for a bit. I'm not gonna lie. That shit rocked me. Dealing with postpartum depression and, like I said, being a new mom and a single mom out of nowhere that was so hard in the beginning. I was like, how am I going to do this? Yeah, I know I'm strong, but I already told y'all before, don't put that title on me. I don't want to be a strong Black woman. I'm trying to be feminine, okay? I'm trying. Every time I try to get in my femininity, some be pulling me out of it. And I feel like for a bit, that definitely did. It was like this hard shell of mine had to come back on in order for me to get through what I had to go through. And for a while, I completely shut down. I just focused on getting healthy for my daughter. Like I said, in and out of the hospital, I didn't get to breastfeed. She wouldn't latch. I didn't really get to focus on that. I didn't get to finish pumping because it was taking I feel like it was literally sucking the life out of me. So I had to stop pumping, and I was disappointed in myself because of that. So many things that I just was not expecting for my first time being a mom to happen. And, and it just goes to show like sometimes life does its own thing. You might have a plan and you think something's going to go this way, and it just completely just fucking slaps you in the goddamn face and says, ha, you thought. Nope, actually, we're going in this direction. You need to come on, catch up, girl. And yeah, it was really hard. It was so hard. It was definitely the hardest thing I feel like I've gone through thus far. I am extremely proud of myself. When I tell you, the fire that some people has put under me due to the circumstances that they've either put me in, done to me, lied about, whatever the case may be, y'all don't even know the fire that's been lit under me. And that's why it's like, as much as I was hurt and upset and everything like that, I'm just kind of just like, okay, bad. Okay. First of all, I don't know why you'd want to walk around with that much karma on your back, but you know what? By all means, go right the fuck ahead. That's on you. That's your life. That's your choices that you made. That's the bed you have to lay in. Good luck sleeping at night, Um, but one thing I will guarantee for sure, and this is not me being cocky, this is not me being, exertly overconfident. No, it's just the fact that I've gone through so much. And that at this point, I'm just like, y'all gonna regret it. That's what I'm gonna say. You're gonna regret it. If you haven't already, you're gonna regret it because the way I treat people, and I've said this in a previous episode, I always operate out of love. And for a second, that I thought that was going to be stripped away from me because of how people have treated me in the past. But I'm getting back to a point in my life where I feel like I won't allow someone to keep me in that energy. Yeah, I might feel it for some time. I might be like, oh, fuck everyone. And, I'm not ever going to go outside, and I'm never going to date again. I'm never going to love again. I'm never going to this, that, I may say that and think that for moments. But then in reality, I'm always just like, I have always been a lover's girl. Always been a lover's girl. And I don't ever want that taken away from me. I don't ever want those, what's the saying, those rose tinted glasses to come off. I just think we need more people like that. I don't think we need more those over that, have a cold heart. There's already enough people in the world that have cold hearts and have a cold heart. And I don't want to add to that. I don't. I definitely don't want to add to it. And yeah. So anyways, I had the surgery, had my gallbladder removed. So I had 2 surgeries within a month of each other. Yeah, wait. Was it within a month? Maybe a little bit over a month, something like that. And what was good is since I did watch what I ate up until my surgery, they said it made it easier because it wasn't super inflamed and they can see everything and whatnot. So surgery went really good. I have lots of battle scars now because I've had a C-section. I've also had like about 10, actually, probably longer than that now. About 12 years ago, I had a um, surgery and I had my appendix removed. I had parts of my intestines removed, parts of my colon removed, whatever, yada yada. So yeah, I got the battle scars, you know. But that went good, and I remember after having that and the swelling and everything went down. I do remember feeling better. Like I felt the difference and was like, okay, that had to have been why I was still feeling off and why my body was still, freaking fighting for its life. And then from there, it was just a lot of healing. So it took, I would say, another couple months where I was, things are trying to get regulated since, having another surgery. So like my hormones and, still being postpartum, hello, being a single mom, being sleep deprived, and then going back to work. It was a struggle. It was a struggle. There were nights where I was just like, I cannot do this. Nope, can't do it. Can't do it. How do people do it? How was my mom a single mom? How are other people single parents? How is anybody doing this? This is not fair. I did not sign up for this. Why am I being punished? What the heck? Why, why me? Why me? Why me? Why me? Why? So I had to go through all of that. And I feel like obviously there's things that I feel like I can always do better. But overall, I feel like I did a really good job of not getting too sucked into depression or like not getting too sucked into like one thing and letting it just feel and just, I literally had to just take it day by day. And when I needed help, I asked for help. There was one time that I can remember where I let myself get too overwhelmed before I asked for help. And I learned in that moment that I need to not let myself get to that place. So when I need help and when I'm starting to feel overwhelmed and things are just getting to be too much for me, because I mean, it's a lot being a single, not even just a single parent. It's a lot to be a single parent, but to be an only parent, it's a whole different ballpark. And I think more people need to rephrase that because some people say they're single parents when really they're only parents. You know what I mean? Like single parenthood doesn't necessarily mean you're the only one parenting the child. You might have help still from the dad or mom or whatever, from one of the parents, and I feel like people who do get that are very lucky. Well, not lucky. Let me not say luck because that's what they should be. That's what they're supposed to do. So let me rephrase that. Not lucky. I'm sorry. But I just, it's really hard to just be the only parent. I'll just say that. Okay. Not trying to say it's not hard on one end and the other. That's not what I mean. I just mean it's fucking hard. Either way, parenting's hard in general. But now that I feel like I have somewhat of a routine, it is way better. There's still moments because she's still developing and growing. So like, I feel like I'll get something down and then the next minute she's different. And I'm just like, what the heck? Like we had this routine down. Why all of a sudden you not trying to go to bed at 8 o'clock and I can't get you to sleep and you are fighting your sleep and you want to keep playing. That's what I'm battling right now. Like, it was like the clockwork for a while. Like, oh, we would take a bath, she'd be in bed, and she would fall asleep before 8 o'clock. And it'd be perfect because it's like if I need to do something before I go to sleep, because I get up at 2 or 3 in the morning, depends. I really should be getting up at 2 because it allows me the time to get ready and everything so I don't feel rushed and then get her ready and off to daycare she goes. But where was I going with that? That's a good question. Where was I going with that? I have no idea. Anyways, oh. So yeah, so now, but she's changing again. So now our bedtime routine and her naps, I have to completely change and I still haven't figured it out yet. So yeah, help. Help. Back to sleep regression, back to not getting as much sleep again. But it's not as bad. So I'll take this over the newborn stage. Oh, Lordy. Oh, Lordy. Lord and Jesus, Jesus, Lord. The newborn stage and not getting sleep. Whew. Like, never mind. Let me not say never because I know what happens when I say that. I have no words for it. We'll leave it at that. Anyways, on to brighter and not happier things because I wouldn't say that none of this was not unhappy. It's just life, you know. I have came to terms with a lot of things lately, and um, it feels good. It feels good. It feels good to be in this headspace that I'm in at this moment. Like I was saying in the beginning, like I'm just in this weird in between though, because like I said, I'm not quite yet who I want to be and aspire to be, but I feel her. She is definitely coming out. She is definitely ready for the world to see. She's definitely plotting. She plotting for real. I mean, I don't know why I just make me want to say purr, like purr. But I look forward to really doing this podcast the way I envisioned it. And I look forward to having someone sit across me and having more people more often and having talks more often. Um, I don't know how soon things will pick up, but I do feel like it's gonna happen, and I just need to be patient. Really, that's really all it comes down to with anything. Sometimes it just takes patience. It's not even about like having the best equipment and having the best this and that, and sometimes it's just about being patient. Wait your turn. It's not time yet. Um, and reasons why I got this tattoo on my hand. You're not gonna be able to see it from way over there, but um divine timing, like divine timing. In divine timing, it'll happen when it's supposed to. If it's supposed to happen, some things just aren't meant. And that's, you got to be okay with that too. Some things just aren't meant to be, unfortunately. Unfortunately, some things aren't meant to be. I definitely have something in mind when I say that, but it's for my brain only. um, yeah. Well, how long have I been talking? Okay, this wasn't really intended to be too long. I definitely need to get back on here a little bit more often than what I have. And as Jade is getting older, I think it'll be easier to, you know, pick some time to do this and to be able to edit and whatnot. But I need to start. I think I need to start an email because eventually when things do pick up, because it's going to, I'm manifesting so much for my life right now, for me and Jade's life. Like that's why I'm just speaking all of this into existence because that's what you have to do in order to manifest things. And if you want to see changes in your life, you got to start speaking like it's already happening. It's already there. You've already got it. You've already achieved it. So when this starts to pick up, and it actually already has. Let me not even like say it like that. But I need to create an email so like if people do want to ask me questions, or should I create Facebook, a Facebook? I don't even know why. I don't even like Facebook. Should I create an Instagram page for my podcast? Is the question. Maybe I should do that. Oh, I think I should. if I create a, why do I keep on saying Facebook? I don't even like Facebook. Like I've deleted my Facebook so many times at this point. Like, and then every day I'm just like, why did I do this? Why do I even have Facebook? I shouldn't have even opened it. It's so stupid. Instagram and TikTok is where it's at. I even started a Snapchat again too. And I'm just like, why am I here? Why am I even here? I don't even like it here. The vibes are all at Instagram and TikTok. That's really it. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. I think I will. And then what I can do is maybe I'll start making like some shorter videos, like some quick things that I want to talk about that I can post on there. And then when I have time, I'll do like a longer, episode or like whatever, like this. I don't know. I'll think about it. I will think about it because that might be the move. That might be the next move. I've been trying to wait and figure out what the universe is going to tell me to do next. And that might have been it. Interesting. It's like this whole time I didn't even think about doing that, and just literally now. Yeah. If you're wondering, I've been holding on to this crystal here. I can't remember what this one's called though. Yeah, I don't remember, but it's supposed to help keep you grounded and keep you grounded in the here and now. So I like to just hold this when I'm just thinking or like writing or whatever. It's usually close by me. But yeah, okay. I'm not gonna hold you guys for much longer. It's been really nice to get back on just to talk to you guys and just give you a little bit brief of what's going on in my life. Because people care. People do care. I ain't quit playing myself. I'm working on it. So yeah, I think that might be the next move, you guys. I need to be able to interact with the people more. That's what I want to do anyway. So I think that that's a good move. But yes, it has been so nice coming back on and talking with you guys. And I look forward to doing more of this and just being raw and real with you, with my emotions, with what I'm going through, with whatever I really want to talk about, honestly. That could be anything. So that's why I said not putting a box on it. That's why it's just a Leo Lounge, So I will catch you guys later the next time on the Leo Lounge. It's been your girl, Amber Lachey. Come back, okay? Come back.